I'm only taking one step at a time towards healing myself. I had to get out, I found a way out. No more living in pain or misery. It's all about protecting my energy. Keep the negative away from me, because I am just keeping my peace. Cut off everything that no longer was serving me, and I chose to start loving myself. I walk in my purpose, no looking back, I'm only going within. B.O. standing there, a better version of me. I must say that I'm proud of me. It's not about how you feel, I'm living proof that God is real. So let me show you how to heal. Damn it, I'm wearing it well, cause I came a long way. My journey isn't yet complete, that's what it look like to heal. Damn it, I'm wearing it well, I'm proud of myself. It's nothing to it, you can do it, all you gotta do is just fight through it. Create a soul, create a soul, create a soul. Just fight through it. Create a soul, create a soul, create a soul, create a soul, yeah, yeah.
Welcome to Pain to Purpose podcast, where we have open discussions to heal together as a community. Today, we're talking about deliverance from addiction, and our special guest is Miss Makini. Welcome, Miss Makini.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. I'm glad to have you on the podcast to share your testimony. I
Thank
know
you.
it's going to help a lot of people.
That's my goal.
Can you give us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Well, my name again, Makini Johnson. Um, well, I'm a positive person. I'm 50. I just turned 50 in this past May. I have two children. I'm married. Um, uh, I just
You're out here helping God's people.
out here. Yes, yes. That's what it is. So I'm transparent about everything I've been through because, like you said, I want to help people. That's what I really want to do.
And with that being said, we're going to get into your story.
Okay.
Um, So I came across your video of you talking about what you have been through and
Yes.
the goodness of God. So I definitely wanted to have you on to share with our audience. So can you tell us at what age did your addiction start?
It started at 21.
Okay, so let's go back a little bit. What was your childhood like before this?
Okay, my childhood was it wasn't good to me. People thought that I was okay, but really I was depressed and stuff, and that's what made me eat more, eat a
Okay.
lot. But because I have very low self-esteem being fat, and everybody teased me, and I kind of hid in food. And so, as I got older, it kept going on and on. And then as I got older, I wanted love, and I felt like nobody wasn't gonna love me because I'm fat. And but I felt fat, black, and ugly. That's just the way I felt. And so I was reaching out everywhere for love and didn't understand that I'm reaching out in all the wrong places. And
Okay.
that led to the addiction.
Okay. So did you have your mother and father in your life?
Yes, I did. I did.
Okay.
Well, okay, my stepfather, but
Yes, that's okay. Okay. And so at 21, can you tell us what happened that night, the first time
ooh,
that you
well,
got involved with drugs?
okay. The guy that came over, he was 22 years older than me, and I felt happy because it was the first time somebody showed me a lot of attention, and I felt like he loved me because he wanted to be around me. I didn't understand, so and I had never known anything about no drugs, no none of that, and so one night he said he said we're gonna smoke we're gonna smoke I want you to smoke with me, and I'm like, what is this? And it was, well, now I know, but at the time I didn't understand, but it was lace, weed.
Okay.
And so I did it. I was like, oh, because I didn't want to say no, because if I said no, that means he might not come around anymore. So that's,
Okay.
and so, and it just felt so crazy. I was so scared. Oh my God, I was so scared. And I thought it was over. I didn't think he was gonna ask anymore. He left. Everything calmed down that night. And then when he kept coming back over, only when he came over we would do that. And then it got to the point that he didn't want to do that anymore. He was like, "Oh, let's tonight we're gonna do something different. We're gonna um instead of smoking a lace, we're gonna smoke the pipe." I'm like, "Oh, what is that? I'm scared, you know." And so again, I don't want him not to come around me no more. So I did it. And so only when he came around that this would happen. And next I started noticing that my body was wanting it even when he wasn't around. And so that's when everything just got crazy. I started trying to go get it on my own. Didn't know nothing. I didn't know what I was doing. And so finally people start trying to walk me through it. People, random people, and things just got crazy. And I was addicted. It caught me. I was addicted to crack. And I worked and everything, but it was bad. I only worked to support my habit. And that went on for 16 years of smoking crack.
So, did you have children at this time?
No, not when it first started. I didn't have my first child until I was 26.
Okay.
Um, yeah,
So I've heard people say stuff like when they first took that first they had their first smoke or first hit or whatever they call it, the next time they're searching for that same feeling, but you
yeah,
never get that same feeling the first time.
correct. It's like you're chasing something that it's never gonna come back. That's why people keep doing it because you're looking for that. And you thinking mentally like you're like okay but it's never going to be the same, and you're just going and going and going, and it's like it's nonstop, you know, because you're not gonna get it, not that first like that, you know.
So when the guy was coming over, like how often were you guys smoking? Like
uh
a couple times a week or
he would come like once a week,
okay.
like once a week, yeah. And then it kind of slowed down to him not coming at all. But by then, I had started meeting random people on the street. It had got bad. I don't even think he realized. Matter of fact, I
That's
know
what I was gonna ask you. Did he realize that you had
no,
become
he did.
addicted?
I hid it. I hid it, and then he had stopped coming around. Anyways, I didn't really care at that point because I was full blown addicted and was in the street. You know, want to be more in the streets and stuff. You know.
So you were going to work every day, and then when you would come home, that's when you would
I would,
smoke.
yes, yes. I would. One thing about it, when I look back, I'm like, wow, I work really, really hard and a whole lot of hours because I wanted to be able to supply my habit, and that's basically what I was doing with the money. you know, supplying my habit.
So did you have like family or close friends that did it with you?
No, nobody knew for a long time. None of my family.
About years?
I would say maybe a year and something, maybe a year and a half. Nobody knew my family because I stayed away. And,
Okay.
I had got my own place at the time. So they really didn't know. And I worked so much. So
Okay.
nobody catch on. And then finally, I knew I was getting deeper and deeper. And I finally just went to my mom and dad and I told them. I told them the truth.
And what was that like for you?
Oh, it was scary. It was scary, and but I knew that they was it was the things that I was doing, I was in the way I wanted it and everything. They were getting ready to find out, and I
Your
was
volume going out. Hold
okay. I
There you
said
go.
okay. I said they. I knew they were about to find out. It was bound to happen because I was just getting, you know, more and more out there, and so I wanted to be the one to tell them, and I did, and I was so ashamed. I was just like, 'cause in my family, it really was nobody that was we using drugs or nothing like that. I didn't know nothing about drugs, just what I seen on TV. We had one person in our family that that was using. They was in the military and they had all kinds of issues, and everybody in the family knew about that. But other than that, it was nobody in our family that was ever a user. So it was all like a shock thing, like God, this happened to Keeney. And but it did, and I just told the truth, and it didn't stop me. I mean, I kept doing it, but I just felt better that I exposed myself. I told my mom and my dad. They were so sad, and they couldn't believe it. They thought that I would stop since I told them, but that ain't what happened.
So what was your mom and your dad's response when you told them?
Oh, I can see their faces now. They were just both of them. My dad, especially, his head was just down. He wouldn't even look at me. He was like, I think he was probably crying, and he told me, he was like, but you can stop this. You know that, right? And he just kept saying that. And I was like, yeah, but I knew that it wasn't finna stop no time soon. And my mom was just really just quiet and I think just in shock. Like, how did this happen to you? I was the more responsible kid, because I have an older sister, then a brother, then me, and then my baby sister. And
Okay.
I was always the one that's gonna make sure everything get done, and the responsible one, and
Mhm.
the child. So my mother couldn't believe it, but it happened all because of not feeling love and wanting love. So bad. I wanted love so bad, and I just got tired of not feeling wanted by nobody and getting teased and all that stuff. I couldn't take it no more, so I felt like he made me feel like he wanted me and he loved me, so I didn't want him to go nowhere. I didn't want it to stop, so that's why whatever he said, I went along with it.
So did anything change about you, like the way you looked, or did you
Oh
lose
yeah.
weight?
Yes, I
Nobody even realized something was wrong, even with like.
you know what, my family didn't say nothing, but and I don't know how they didn't. I don't know. Maybe they was in denial, but I'll never forget this. A lady at my job, she looked at me and she said, "Makini, are you sick?" And I said, "No." And she said, "Cause you look sick. I just want to make sure." And then, like the next week, I realized that I used to wear a size 4X shirt because I was a driver slash dispatcher, and I had to go. I went from I had to go and get all new shirts. I went from a 4X to a large in,
Wow.
in my size because that's what it does. It caused me to lose just weight like crazy. You can't eat, well, everybody different, but I didn't have no appetite when I did it. I couldn't eat. And that's it. And then my face sunk in, and you know, um, I look bad. When I didn't have many pictures of when I was using,
Yeah.
but look on the few that I had, I can't believe it. Like I look like a whole. I didn't realize I looked like that at the time. I'm saying, you know.
And so when did you start having your children?
Okay, the first one was at 26, and the second one was at 33.
And what was that like, being addicted and going through that and having a child? How
Oh
did it affect your child or your children?
man, um, even to this day, I feel so bad about it. I feel so bad, even though it was like I always took care of them. I
Mhm.
always gave my mom money and everything, and I would never have a problem with that. But the quality time, I was never there, especially for my first one. I was never there. My mother and my dad, that was my first child. I wasn't supposed to have kids per the doctor. So I when I had him, they was so everybody was so happy. So they took care of him. So I didn't really have him a lot. Um, I would just leave money and stuff, but I wasn't there. And it was like and I didn't he didn't need to be around with me because of what I was doing, where I was going and stuff. So I was kind of glad about that. My mom and them, they wouldn't have it, him going with me to wherever and stuff. Matter of fact, one time I did it. I kind of knew what I was doing. I knew they was coming. My mother and dad, they drove right up to the house and just said they didn't care about what I was doing. They said, "Give me the baby," and I gave them the baby, and they left. And so with the second one, my mother kind of forced me a little bit to become more responsible. So she helped with him, but not like the first one. So
Mhm.
I kind of I did it. I got high and stuff, but I got high more at home because I had to keep him with me. And so I would feel bad because I would look and they knew. Kids know. They wouldn't say nothing to me, of course, but I could see the looks in their eyes looking at me like they knew something was wrong with their mother. They knew, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, so they said they forgive me and all that stuff, but me personally, I still kind of deal with that. I feel like, dang, and I hate to see other kids or to know about any other kids that's going through something like that because I know like I said, I remember the looks on my kid's face, so I don't want no child to have to go through that.
So did you ever go to rehab?
No, well, okay, one time I did, and everybody there was mandated to go there by a judge or something, except for me. And I didn't know what war stories was. I had never heard of it, but war stories are people that's in rehab talking about their drug stories, like where they bought good drugs at and all that. So that's what they were doing in this rehab. They were talking about that's all they were talking about. I'm like, why are we all why are they talking about all this drug stuff? But I guess that's just how it go. But anyways, it triggered me, and I knew I had money at home, a check at home, so I didn't stay because I wasn't mandated. I went there on my own. So that was the only time that I went to rehab, and it only lasted a couple days. Um, to this day, I'm so thankful, and I can't believe it, especially after being out there 16 years. I can't believe that one day when I turned 41. I think it was 41. I I got tired. I got tired. I couldn't take it no more. All the things that I have been through in them streets, I'm telling you, I couldn't take it no more. I said, I'm tired. I'm done. And I kept praying. I kept praying. But it's like I'm steady out here and I'm steady praying. But finally, it was like the taste, the thought, everything just left like that.
Wow.
And to this day, I'm just like, wow, it happened. Like I didn't go to no rehab. I didn't do nothing different. I just got tired and I couldn't take it. I was mentally, physically, I was just drained. And so much has happened over them 16 years, being out there. Um, and it just went away. And so now I'm actually on the 17th of October, I'll be 11 years clean. And
Congratulations.
thank you.
We're gonna celebrate now.
Yes, every year, October 17th, I say that's my second birthday, and I celebrate it. I do something big. I give that gives me something. It motivates me to look forward to every year. I get excited about it, and it kind of helped me. That's my little way. I guess everybody different, but to stay clean and you know to make it to October 17th again, and I'll go out of town, or I've done all kinds of stuff with my husband to celebrate it because it's huge. Because I just didn't think I was gonna make it. I didn't. I would have never. Somebody said this to me. I would have never believed it that I would have got clean and this long and to stay clean. Because I go through stuff. Believe me. But a lot of people slide back. Trying to deal with life sober. But thankfully, I have not. It's all because of God. It's all because of Him. And I don't play about my relationship with Him. I don't play about my prayer life. I take it serious. And I mean, I'm not perfect, but I take my prayer life and my relationship with God serious. I don't let nothing come before it and stuff. And I remember, like back in the days, I probably would have, especially when it comes to dealing with a man or whatever. I would have put a man before anything, but these days I just can't do that. So, so that's why I'm where I'm at today. It's because of him. I don't
So
have
this
no.
part of your story that you did tell me before that I really would like for you to share that with the audience about your music and what you used to do.
Oh yeah, with it was something. Even when I was getting high, I would come in off my binges and stuff. I would turn the gospel music on. I could not go to sleep. I would listen to it all night. This went on for years. This was for years, and to this day, I do the same thing every single night. I listen to it all. I love all music, but I that's just something that would like it's like I feel like my like God's arms are wrapped around me or something as I'm sleeping. That's the way I
He
feel.
never left you.
Yes, he never left. And
Always in your heart.
oh my goodness. And then like I was telling you, like, I would go to the dope houses and stuff and the people and it's funny, kind of funny. Like they would tell me, they would be like, "Don't come here, don't come here with that God stuff. Don't come here, finna blow. Think you finna blow my high?" Because I would tell them, like, y'all don't think that God can deliver us one day, and
So
they
you would go in the dope house with the gospel music.
yes, yes, and I would tell them, don't y'all feel like one day God can deliver us from this? And this one guy, I never forget, he said, "No, I don't feel like that, and I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and leave me alone. I'm enjoying. I'm gonna get high until the day I die." He said that to me, and I was like, "Okay." But every time I came, I just would start talking about God and asking them, and just bringing them up, and they didn't want to hear it. I mean, I would still be getting high, but I, but I still he was there with me, and now like I think about that's why I was so protected. Every house I went to like 5 houses, and I'm so serious. And every time I leave a house, they would get raided. Every single time, like
What?
times. Yes, and my mom said to me, I told my because me and my mom used to talk about everything. She said, "Kini," she said, "that is God right there, and you better stay away from them houses because what they gonna start thinking is you. To how is it that every time you leave, a house get raided?" I said, "Ma, I don't know." She said, "But I'm telling you how people could look at it like," and I wasn't telling on nobody, nothing like that. It was just like I had to get it. He had me covered. I would go back and the house would be boarded up or whatever. I'm like, wait, I just left this house. And it happened 5 times.
The same house,
No, different houses. Different.
different houses.
Yes. I promise I'm not making this up. These were different houses. And soon as I leave, they would get raided. But
Mm.
all I was up in there, nothing happened.
God was protecting you.
He really was. He really. Oh, no. He was from so much. I could have been up under the prison, for I always had a car, so I would always give people rides. That's kind of how I supported my habit too. I would rent my car out or give people rides, and people would be riding with their drugs and stuff, and you could go to prison for that stuff. Nothing never happened. I never went to
Jail, never got locked up.
never.
God
Never.
was with you the
He
whole way.
he was. And one time people left their paraphernalia all in my car. I didn't even know it was under the seat, all kinds of stuff, and nothing never happened. Never got no ticket. Never none of that. And that was nobody but him. And I'm so thankful. My name could be messed up. From getting apartments, whatever. But none of that happened. Nothing. It was like he everything just got washed away. Like he just washed me clean, and it was over. That's the way I feel.
So the day that I know you said that one day you just didn't have the taste anymore, what
Yeah.
was it like? You feel like something was just wrong, something's just not
It,
right?
it was no. It was a feeling like a good feeling, but I was in disbelief. Like, is this what is going on? Like, I didn't feel like I wanted to go because normally I feel like I want to leave and hit the streets and go get it. It wasn't there anymore, and but I do know that I kept praying, and I told my mom like even like every time I would leave to go get high, I would get to the corner and I would say to God, God, please deliver me. But I would still turn that corner and go get high. But I guess he heard me all of them times.
He heard your cry, he
He
heard your
heard my cry. I
he
did.
never left you, he was always there.
Yes, yes. Because I didn't like it. I didn't want to do it. And I tell people to always love their friends and family. I know people that's on drugs get on your nerves and stuff, but don't give up on them. Don't stop praying for them. Because one major thing, two things that I know helped me is God, and the second thing is the way He used my family. My family would always. They didn't treat me like just a crackhead, which is what I was at the time. And the bottom of the bottom, I did everything. So, but they didn't treat me like that. When I would come home, my sister would be like, Kini, here, she would, here's some clothes, go take a bath, and let's go out to eat, or let's go. They
Oh,
me in, to make me feel wanted. So when I would go back on the streets and get treated, because you gonna get treated like a dog on them streets. They don't care. So when I would go back out there and I would miss my family, it's like I couldn't even really. It got to the point I couldn't even really enjoy the high because I would be missing the love from my family. And so that was one of the things that really pushed me. Like I can't take this because my family showed me so much love when I came home. In the streets ain't gonna show you no love. They don't care. I lost two cars, nice cars, because I always worked. You know, I lost two cars out there, letting people use my cars. They didn't care. They for a little, probably $30, like a $7,000 car. It's so many bad things happen on the streets, raped, you name it. Um, but it feels good. It even feels good to this day to just to be home with my family, to be with my family, because the streets don't love you. I'm sorry, it's rough out.
The wall was broken, and when you were praying, your family was praying for you too.
Yeah, yeah. I know that is what really happened. Yes, because everybody was like, not Keeney, not Keeney, but yeah. So yeah.
Is there anything that you would like to leave with our audience? Do you have a special quote or favorite prayer or
Um,
favorite gospel song that helps you through? I know you listen to that at night.
all of them. I got a lot of them. I just say listen to worship music. It really helped me. Oh, I want to share this before we go. I want to share another that helped me.
Okay.
Joyce, okay, Joyce Myers had a friend, had sent me a article,
Mhm.
and the okay, and so I opened it. I opened the envelope. I looked at the article, and she said, "Pray and read." I forgot all about this. She said, "Pray and read." Whatever you want to read, it can be the Bible, it can be a devotional, it can be anything, just something positive. Pray and read for 30 minutes for 30 days. And I'm going to be honest, I did more praying than I did reading. But every day I would set the timer because I wanted to make sure I got the 30 minutes in. And I would pray and read for 30 minutes, and I would mark it off on my calendar to make sure I got to the 30 days. And I would say like the 10th day, maybe I'm just somewhere around there, 8, 10 days, whatever, I could start feeling change. And she said that. She said, I promise you, you're gonna start feeling change. She said, I want you to write me. This is what I read. She said, I want you to write me, email me, or whatever, and let me know how your life has changed. And I wish so bad. I tried to email her, but it was a fake account. People be making them fake accounts and stuff. But I
Mhm.
really want her to know that it was true. It worked, and everything started changing when I did that. And I like to share that with people. It's been so wild. It's been uh, 11 years ago now, but so I kind of forget. But that was the thing that I did that I started noticing, like my thought process, everything changed when I did that. So I would recommend that to anybody, not even for just addiction, just whatever you would just want to change. It was
30-day challenge.
yes,
30-day read prayer challenge.
yep, yep, for 30 minutes for 30 days. Yes, it works. It changed my life. Yeah.
Well, I really thank you for coming on, being brave enough to share your story. I always say on my platform that we take a chance of being judged by people. So it's not easy, being up here. But I'm very grateful that you came on to share your story and to help God's people. And I pray that you continue to share your story to help God's people.
I will. And I thank you for having me. I really
You're welcome. So, tell us what's next for you.
Oh, what's next? My book is finally complete. I just found out about a week ago. It's called uh My 16-Year Crack Cocaine Addiction. And it's everything in there, the details and stuff like that. But I wanted to write that book because I want people to understand that I don't care how far you gone with using whatever, God is able. if he did it for me, I know, I'm telling you, I was the bottom of the bottom type of crackhead. It's nothing that I have not done. So I know that he can help anybody else as well. I need to really say that. I don't care how far you go, how many years you've been using, he can help you. He
Amen.
can.
Amen. For our audience, I pray that you got a lot out of her message, and I pray that whatever you're going through, that God helps you through it. I know that He will. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Remember that it's only pain until you discover your purpose and start your healing journey. We'll see you next time.